Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Don't I look really well this morning? How are we doing, guys? Welcome. I'm looking at my eyes. They're just like wide shut. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this morning's stream. I'm still half asleep, and that's my name, and that's what I'm sticking to it. Welcome, everybody. Oh, it was a late night last night. Tell you what. Just drink lots of coffee, ausflightsimmer, and we'll be fine. Look rested. This is the normal Wednesday. Sorry, this is what day is it? This is the normal Saturday, because Saturday is usually up late. Like Friday is my biggest day of the week because I stream and then I put the video out and I get it out. It's super late, and then I got to set up the stream and then I go to bed and then I get up super early. So that's why I look well rested. So I'm having interim coffee at the moment. Hopefully Mrs. Oz will be home soon with a proper coffee. But I'm still looking forward to this flight. So yes, 100 miles, 100 times coffee, absolutely. So I thought I was actually looking for flights last night in Spain of all places, because I thought, well, we haven't really flown there and I couldn't find anything that I wanted, and I thought, hang on, let's just do a flight that I've done in real life, and we'll do it at Caloundra in my home airport and just have a bit of fun. So this actually has got a bit of sentimental flight, because it's the flight I actually did. So this flight plan I did is what I did, and if you want, you can download it in the Discord, because we've got a couple of waypoints in here, but it's the flight I actually did for my NAV solo in real life. So I actually flew this for my solo for my NAV. So obviously I didn't fly it in this plane, and there's some things that have changed how we do altitudes for GA aircraft or VFR aircraft has changed, so things are going to be a little bit different. And then the weather's different because it was turbulent that day. I was just hanging on for dear life for the whole flight, but yeah, so it should be fun. That being said, good morning to everybody. Julian, West USA. West is best, East is less. Mr. Wingman, welcome to the stream. Once the stream starts, you can always type in West USA. Sorry, another sip of coffee, and then I can speak. Once the stream's up and running, you can always do !server. Just give it 5 minutes, because the chat bot can't come alive until the stream started. I don't know why, that's just the way that it works. So hey Donald, what's going on? Sorry mate, I didn't jump into the voice chat because I was still waking up. So, but how you doing, brother? What's going on? Michael Stone is here. G'day mate, what's happening? Samuel's here. Welcome to the stream. Johnny Mon says yellow. How you doing, my friend? Welcome. Mr. TP, how's the Friday going, Mr. TP? Is it better now it's the end of the day? Ryan, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Mr. Flight Sim at School, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Enzrock, welcome back. Hey Michael, all the way from Canberra, have a great day today. Thank you, Michael and Roy. Hope you gents are doing well. Tricky's here, says evening people. Mark's here as well. Good morning to you all. What a wonderful day for flying. Yeah, so I'm going to look at the weather and all that. I'm actually using my EFB. So I've actually routed this out like we do in real life, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually using my EFB. I'm not going to track, oh, what did I just do then? I'm not actually going to track the flight on the EFB, but I'm going to use everything else from it anyway. So because I can, because I'm in Australia, I might as well use it. Yeah. Who else is lying around? Hey Stu, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, Stu. Good morning to you, my friend. Welcome. Mr. Eagle One says good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Ryan is here as well. Welcome. Rudin is here. He says g'day pilots. Have you decided what plane you're flying, Rudin? I saw the discussion. Toby Lux is luxing. Welcome, Toby. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. A never question. All right, I'm never going to ask, and I'll move to the next one. Oh, welcome, never question. Mr. Richard Clark, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Pete, what's going on? Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. Alpadingo is here. Aloha. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well, legend. Mr. Kanga is here. How are you, Kanga? Welcome. trying to not make eye contact, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't see. I'm still half asleep. God damn it. William, what's going on? Yeah, no, coffee won, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna wait for Mrs. Oz, and I'll make us a proper coffee. But then she's not home yet, and I start stream, so I'm running off Crappy Instant. Just to get me through the day to start off with. Mr. Admiral Yamamoto, welcome to the stream. ATM Golf, what's up? Welcome. Degree, welcome back. Mrs. TP, how are you? Welcome. Fox Aviation is here. Julian's here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody's well. And if I missed anybody, just drop it down in the chat there. I'm up to the top of the chat, and I will say hello. Did I say hello to Tay Farm? What's the cruise speed? I don't know. Probably about 100, 110. So we shall see. I haven't looked to see what the winds are doing in cruise. Let me have a look. But yeah, around about 100, 110 on the way there. We'll get headwinds on the way back. Winds are average around here at the moment, about 13 knots on our cruise. So I haven't checked what the airport's doing. Airport is, let's have a look at the airport. 5 knots on the airport, and runway 23, which is our preference runway, of course, because we don't have any taxiways at Caloundra, which is interesting. It can make it for a very interesting flying session trying to get out of there. But yes, we are in the WB Sims that you can pick over at Just Flight using the audio mod as well that you can get, and I can't think of the name. What's the audio mod? I'm having a memory blank because I'm half asleep. The Boris audio mod. Combine those two together, you've got Captain Planet, you've got Heart, you've got Water, you've got Earth. Can't remember the other ones, but there's another 2, and it's got all of them. Surely someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s will be able to help me out there. What's the 2 I'm missing? Water, air. Is it air? I think there's one. Not doing this in the sling. Eager one, because there's no sling in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, Mr. TP's daughter's here. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I said Earth, Heart. I'm missing one more. Fire, or Wind and Fire. Oh, was there 6? I don't know. I don't know. What's my name? All right, Flight Simmer. Keep drinking coffee and shut up. Alrighty. I love doing these Saturday morning streams, but I tell you what, they're tough. They're tough. I need to maybe rejig my schedule a little bit. I need to redo my schedule just a smidgen. But glad to see all you guys here. Welcome to my home airport. I love this place. We'll actually fly over the airport that I flew over Wednesday. So Kilcoy, I flew over to Kilcoy the other day, so we should see that. Who's dropping dodos? Ganga! Oh, don't worry, I don't need any sleeping pills. When I'm not actually working, I can, yep, straight to sleep because I'm knackered. It's just having the time at the moment. So that's because we've got to fit it all in the weekend, because that's when most of you guys have got the time off. So I've got to fit it in all on the weekend. But Kanga, you're a legend, my friend. You know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to get a nice, smooth takeaway coffee. I'll take Mrs. Oz out for coffee later on this afternoon. That's what we're going to use that for. So I appreciate it. Just watched the latest video. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. If you haven't, please jump over, watch the latest video, or open up another thing. Put me on mute for like 10 minutes. Watch the other video from start to end. Help a brother out. Put a like in there and a comment. That is very much appreciated. I don't know. You might like it. I don't know. You might hate it. But yeah. We'll still be here. I'll still be chatting for a little bit longer, so... you'll be joining just loading the sim. No worries. Yeah, and then just unmute, right? Yeah, absolutely. Then come back and unmute. Yeah. Kanga, thank you very much, Legend. I appreciate it. Thank you, mate. How do I use these buttons again? Here we go. There we go. The sting. The Sting's done some updates, and I remember reading a thing. Hang on, let's do some quick news here. I know you guys probably want to get started, but there was something that FS Reborn did, and I think it's something to do with Sim Update 12. They've prepped the plane. I wanted to have a look at this first thing this morning. Where's their Discord? I'll find their Discord. Oh, that's fly-by-wire. I'm in so many Discords to get all the news. It's crazy. Might be on my notifications. I can't find it. Does anybody know? But they did an update to their aircraft, and I think it was to get it prepared for WASM. Golf, putting the exclamation mark flight plan or something in there. But I did the update anyway, so... I did the update anyway. But not in this. I wanted to use the WB Sims Cessna 172. You're in it today? Nice. I wanted to use that and the set because I love the sound pack. The sound pack's had an update too. And I think it's one of the most around polish aircraft. So just because of those mods in there, it's absolutely fantastic. So, oh, that being said, let's have a look at her. I haven't got the flight plan, ladies and gentlemen, in the sim, which I'll show you now. I do not have the flight plan in the sim. Here we go. So I'm actually doing all this by navigating the aircraft. I don't have the flight plan in the aircraft either. We may put it in there, but I don't need to. I'm just going to fly it all manually, like if I was using a map is what I'm going to do today. So old school stuff. But because I've flown the route, I sort of know what visual points to look at and stuff like that before anyway, so it should be fine. Worst case scenario, we'll fall onto a GPS if we get stuck. Early Saturday morning stream, a good way to start the weekend. Absolutely, Lizard Man. And I'm going to sneeze in a minute. It's coming. Woo! Oh, nothing like a good sneeze. Holy dolly. Alright, sim sounds are on. And I'll just put noise here in a little bit. There we go. But hopefully everybody's having a fantastic. Thank you, Ryan. We're flying VFR. No. I'm just flying headings. I'm using my EFB. And I've got my headings in here. I'm not tracking on the EFB, but it's all good. It is all good. Did you check the oil, Shane? I haven't done anything like that so far. I haven't checked oil or anything. I haven't even turned it on, but I'll do all that sort of stuff in a second. And I think from memory, just check. You guys can let me know, but I think I need to turn the sounds up on this one anyway. Welcome, Bubba. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so we're going to fly this whole thing manually. Brakes are on. And not use any GPS sort of stuff too much. So just like I did when I was flying it in real life. So we're going to select it to both on this aircraft so we don't have to worry about changing tanks too much, because that's going to be a nice little feature. And a beacon's going to go on just to let everybody know where we are. We're going to start off with the battery. No magenta lines. Bubba, I'm just explaining to everybody while I'm half asleep still. This is the actual flight plan I flew when I did my NAV solo. So I'm taking you guys on my NAV solo trip. So I'm going to sort of fly it like I did back then. Difference is that we've changed our minimum VFR flight altitudes and how we do that. So that's changed since I actually did the flight a couple of years back, but we're going to give it a go. So fuel pump can go on, and we're going to see if we can start this thing here. Clear prop, ladies and gentlemen. Clear on the right, clear on the left. There's no aircraft behind us when we start. There's Go Fly over there. There we go. How good does this thing sound? Just let me know if that's too noisy or not. I can't run it up and check the sounds just yet. Avionics, they're all going to switch on. I'll put some of this on autopilot, guys. I am going to use the autopilot though. A civil patrol Cessna? Yeah, it's because you might not have the same livery. Nice background as right now. Cool. All right, cool. Cool. We haven't revved the engines up, so she might get a bit high, but we'll see how we go. What's the Barrow doing? 1019. Okay, cool. We're happy with that. We're gonna arm that while we're waiting for things to warm up. Suppose it doesn't really matter. Cool. Actually, we should be on 12. I think it's 1200 RPM in a Cessna. I don't know because I don't fly Cessnas in real life though. But pitot heats can come on. Nav lights can come on, and we're just warming up the engine, waiting for the oil temps to come up a little bit higher. Oil pressure is good, so that's one of the first things you look at. EG temps are good, fuel's all up there, so that's cool. That's cool. And just waiting for it to warm up. I'm not really going to use the ADF, but anyway. So be taking off runway 23, which is the one in front of us. And then we're going to go over and do a run up, just like I would do in real life. We're just waiting for these. Actually, normally what I'd do is I'd taxi out of the area here, and then I'd go and do a run up. So we'll go and do that. We left clear right, and I would normally go and run up the plane if we've taken off 2-3 over here. Secondary windsock down there is doing its thing. There we go. Cool. And we're just waiting for the engine temps to come up a little bit more. Then we'll do a bit of a run up. So hopefully everybody's doing well. A weekend is going well. Need more throttle. So you put yours at about 1,000? Yeah. I don't fly Cessnas in real life. They're aircraft. I have a Rotax engines, and I'm cruising at 5,000 RPM. So you guys flying Cessnas be like, what? You're cruising at 5,000 RPM? Are you serious? You're gonna blow the thing up? But yeah, we idle. I'd be idling at 2,000 to warm it up. 2,000 to warm it up, and then I do my run up checks at 3,500 revs. I think on a Cessna it's about 1,800. There we go. We're in the green, which is good. So we're going to do our run-up checks. I don't know how to do run-up checks in a Cessna, but I'm just going to sort of wing it a little bit because, like I said, don't fly Cessnas. All right, let's do a magneto check, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to the left and see what the drop is. Oh, that drop was a little bit bigger than what I was thinking it was going to be. Back to both. The right one. That's all right. Back to both. Fuel pump off. You're still going. Very, very nice. Fuel pump on. And back to idle. I don't know what she's meant to idle above. And then back. And we'll lean that mixture out just a little bit. It's fine. Let's go. Rudin, don't you get your knickers in a knot, mate. Don't get your knickers in a knot. And that's what it is. It's 25 degrees Celsius up here, 100% humidity, and it's only 8:32 in the morning. So, let's go on. What server are you on? So we're on the West USA server. So, and a big, just while I think of it too, a big thank you to everybody who jumped over to SimFanatic's YouTube channel yesterday and did some donations and stuff. Actually went off over there towards the end, which was very, very funny to see. So I appreciate everybody for jumping over. Bubba, thank you for doing that too, mate. I appreciate it. It was very, very funny. I think he was absolutely chuffed. He sent me a message later on, so I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for doing that. So yeah, he was absolutely chuffed. I think he was just celebrating for a long time after that. He sent me a rambling Discord message. It was cool. So yeah, appreciate it. And everyone just went nuts. So you're getting donations galore and all that sort of stuff. So that was super cool. All right, let's taxi to the holding point 23. So from this point, if there's anybody who's in the circuit, I'd be doing a radio call to do a radio check just to check. I've been talking to you guys. I haven't done a thing here. Hang on. There's no way I'd be taxiing to the holding point at this point in time. Give me 2 secs. We need to do some stuff here. Going to change that, and we're going to change to Brisbane Centre, which is 129. So we're on at the CTAF for Caloundra there. So I'm actually going to do the radios today. I'm not going to talk on them because there's no one around, and we're not on Thingo, but there we go. So we got that in the secondary, so we're going to need to use that. And I need to get my heading bug in for when we take off. So we're going to go 283. That's interesting. You flew 283 the other day. Just gonna get the heading bug to that. 230 and 283 because our first is Lake Broome. Cool. So there's no way I'd be taxiing at this point. I'm using Avenir controls. Absolutely. I'm using the virtual fly ones right now. That's what I'm using. I use them to fly airliners too. I've got airliner controls for virtual fly, but I love the Avenir ones because I fly GA. I love them. So an interesting fact at the moment, and the drop bears will see this on the video when it comes out of record on Friday. There's only one active runway in Caloundra at the moment because the other one's getting resurfaced. So it's interesting when you see cement trucks and all that sort of stuff on the runway behind the gables at the moment. It's a very interesting scene down there. You've seen all the men, all the men and women doing the runway, watching you land. It's funny. Not funny, it's interesting. Alrighty, so we're going to taxi to the holding point 23. We're going to stay behind the lines. We're going to make sure everything's all on. And we are going to run through our emergency checks just before we take off. And we're going to make sure there's no one turning base. There we go. Oh, what just happened there? Alrighty. Mags are on. Fuel pumps are on. Hatches, harnesses, secure switches are good. Okay, cool. Everything's all good there. Transponder's going to alt. We're going to go up to 4,500 feet to start off with. Alrighty, if we have an engine failure traveling down the runway, I will revert throttle block and come to a stop using the brake. If we have an engine failure below 700, we won't turn back the runway. We'll land either side of the nose 20 degrees. If we have an engine failure above 700, we're actually going to return and we can use a runway 05, which is that one coming in, or runway 33. Cool. Alright, there we go. And ladies and gentlemen, we do have an engine failure. Don't scream in my headset. There we go. All right, taxiing out, aligning up a runway 23. We'll be departing on the crosswind unclimb at 4,500, tracking Lake Waroon. If I was doing a radio call, it would be something very, very similar to that. What ATC mod? I'm not using any ATC mods. Alrighty. T's and P's are green. Switches are good. We're good. Ready to go, ladies and gents? Are you ready to go? Hey, I can't remember. I need to take off. Did we do a celebration before for Mr. Kanga, or did I just pin him up? Anyways, I need to take off. Let's go. I'll turn those sounds down. The sounds are too loud. Once we take off. Are loud. Yeah, I can see it. Give me a minute. Flaps going up, there's 300. We'll make our turn at 500. Clear left, clear right, center, and we'll make our way to 283. Then I'll fix the sounds. I pinned him up. We didn't do a celebration. Caloundra, and we're going to keep climbing up this 1,000. We've got Umatic Dam on our left hand side, flew over that on Wednesday as well. He has it on the Cirrus, the SR22. Let's turn these down. Holy bejeebers, they were loud. Let's go down to here. Just do a sound check on me, Bubba, once we get there. I still think that's probably a little bit too loud for this guy. Or is it alright? I feel like even that's probably a little bit too loud. I don't know why some aircraft are loud and some aren't. I think he's touch loud. Man, we're going to go down to 9 on this one. I think he's changed his sounds in his update, and it's like louder than what it needs to be. Where is it? Sorry, guys. Cool. Better now. Cool, we'll leave it at that. That's full throttle and sitting at 25. And we're on our way up to 2,000. This thing flies a lot quicker than the sling. Oops, stay on target. Stay on target. Hey, short round to you call Sons of Beaches, my friends. We're going to point the nose down a little bit, and we're going to check to see if we can see any aircrafts. No, we're going to continue our climb. Up to 4,500. We've got some restricted altitudes that we have on the exit on the way going to Gympie due to Sunshine Coast Airport, so we'll need to be careful for that one. But Kango, I can't remember if I did this or not. I'm sorry, mate. I'm still half asleep, but thank you, mate. It's 2.5. Point the nose down again. And keep going. Can't see any aircraft close to us. Yeah, I'll be landing at the next destination, so we'll get up to Gympie, and we'll land there. Sure. And then I'll try to get a real coffee. It's noise that puts you to sleep. Yeah, we don't want it blaring too loud like it would be in the real aircraft, though. There we go. Come up to 3,000 already. This thing's hauling ass compared to what the sling was the other day. Sunny Oak Airport's over that way. We're definitely not going up there. We're going to stay away. There's a Lake Baroon we can see in front of us, so that's what we were directing to. Obviously, ausflightsimmer wasn't flying his heading, but I can use it as a navigation visual aid and adjust. On my flight I did the other day, I actually went left instead of right. We're going right today, but I went left. We went down to Kilcoy, which was a nice flight. Flew over and saw the jail over at Woodford. That was nice. Yeah, it's residential and we're at the sticks. I'm classed as a regional area, even though we have everything. Once we get away from the coast, it gets quite regional. And obviously we have, this is all hills here. It doesn't look too big, but these hills are actually quite high. So, and we want to get above these clouds. But thank you very much, Kenga. Appreciate it, guys. If you didn't know, every donation through the donation link, Jesus, this week, so today and tomorrow only, 20% goes to our ground support just for this week. We're trying to sort of kick it along a little bit so we can get something happening next month. So there's a lake room. We've got some cloud, which is a bit annoying. But you always sort of see a cloud over the hills here just sitting around. We're going to switch to 1290 on Brisbane Centre since we're 10 nautical miles away from Caloundra. Then we're going to put our next one in, which is 12670, which is CTAF for a lot of the airports around here, including Gympie. So we're going to pop that in there, 12670, and just have that in our backup ready to go. I would be doing this at this point in real life too. There we go. We've got that in the box. Listening for centre for traffic arounds. We don't talk to Brisbane Centre. We don't need to talk to them because we're in a CTAF area or Class G airspace. But we are definitely going to be listening to them. Hang on, I need to smooth this out. Since you're at cruise, pumps coming off. Don't need that on. There we go, get back on. So, our next heading, ladies and gentlemen, you ask, we are going to 329. So we're going to put this in here, and that's what we're going to turn to. But I'm actually going to turn at 325 because I want to stay out of some airspace. It would be, as she's got more power than my one the sling, so around about the same speeds, but she's got more grunt, and we're a little bit higher than what we need to, but that's because I'm staying above the clouds. Posted some pics on Discord. Oh, nice one. I could cheat and just move those clouds down a little bit, because it'd be very bumpy at this point flying this close to the clouds. But it seems to be they're only going to be around this part of the coast, so we'll see how we go. Once we turn the gimpy, they might disappear. Point the nose down. But this is the cool thing, guys. You can use Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like, I could be simulating calls. I sort of did just to mess around so you guys get the feel. I need to seriously start doing some VATSIM stuff, even if it's for GA. I just haven't got around to it like I said I would. But you can use Microsoft Flight Simulator in real life to do real life stuff. So, hey, Mrs. TP, thank you very much for the dono. I appreciate it. Thank you. That is...
To help with ground support.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I'll give you guys a bit of an update at the end of the week, a little small one to see on Sunday to see how much we've actually raised extra this week towards it. So, yeah, thank you very much for that, Mrs. TP. I'm just going to quickly turn because we're over here. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Oh, we're definitely over, so we need to make our turn and then we'll celebrate in a second. When I flew this in real life, I was panicking big time. I was super nervous because it's like, oh, we're flying a long way away and the terrain in some of the flight is unforgiving. And it was turbulent. It was turbulent, and I had a cloud layer above me and I couldn't get to the height that I wanted to get out of the turbulence. So I was just hanging on the whole trip. Alrighty, we're good. Yeah, Mrs. TP, thank you very much. We're going to pin you up to the top. You are... You normally say stud. What can I say for the ladies? But we're going to pin you up to the top there. And this is for you. And thank you very much for using the dono link. I appreciate that. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, put some emotes in the chat for Mrs. TP. Some Marys, put some coffee because I'm dreaming about coffee at this point in time. There we go. And we're on our way to our first waypoint. The reason why we fly out to Lake Baroon is because we've got a big airport over here and we're staying away from its airspace, so we don't have to talk to the ATC because we don't want to, we don't need to, but we are monitoring. So normally I'd probably switch over to their frequency and monitor that as well, but I didn't write it down, so I'm not. Alright, so we're going to fly on this heading. I'm slightly over to the left. I'm looking for some mountains over here. That'll be my visual guides to know where I am. So happy days. We're all going to try to do this just by feel and not use any sort of bits and pieces. I can't track on my I don't actually have my my EFB connected to the sim like I can do that, but I don't, so I'm not using that to cheat either. So thank you, Mrs. TP. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate all the support that you guys give, and I really appreciate it. Absolutely awesome. So thank you. This leg is popping up a little bit. It's 27 nautical mile leg is what we're flying here. And we would expect there to get there in about 15 minutes or so. Ausflightsimmer, stay on course. Oh, we had a little stutter there. That's interesting. Once we get out of Gympie and we get on going down to Kingaroy, I'll actually use the autopilot just to go. So visual aids I'd use in real life, I'd be looking for these lakes over the right hand side. There's some cloud there, but there's some other mountains I would be looking for. And we're gonna have to avoid some of these clouds. Thank you, much appreciated. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm so privileged to be able to do this and have the support from you guys, so thank you very much. I'm just going to move around for this cloud, so we're going to do a bit of a 1 in 60 in a minute. So I'm flying all by hand at the moment. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Lovely wispy clouds. And the weather's pretty much what it is in the sim is what it is at the moment, so at 4,500 feet with 20 degrees, nice and comfortable. And we'll get back on track in a minute. I'm just going to get around this cloud. And what do we got? We've got a 6-knot tailwind up here. Interesting. Greetings for... Where are you, Tony? You where? Where are you, Tony? You where? Let's get back on the course, but we're going to get some more clouds on our next. We can actually go a little bit higher, so we'll be able to get out of the clouds on the next route anyway. What's that? I hear you want a year supply of jandals and dim sims down in New Zealand, Tony. We're just getting back on track. So I'm actually looking for this mountain here. Once I'm parallel with this guy here, we need to start descending and actually change to our CTAV frequency. Northern Island of New Zealand, roger. We're just trying to get back on track a little bit. And then from that point, we need to start descending. Oh, Mr. Oz is home. The dogs are going nuts. Hey, Kiwi, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. You doing well, Mr. Kiwi Mace? How's the YouTube business going for you? All right, we're gonna get back on track. Then we're gonna start to descend into Gympie soon. I'm gonna be looking for the highway on the right-hand side as well. I've actually been flying just about every airport in the Twin Otter. Oh, nice. Let's get back on the
Hey there, ausflightsimmer. Did someone say dono?
Mr. Sim Fanatic, have you got over what happened yesterday? I was actually talking to everybody and I was saying that it was a big night for you and everybody jumped in and did some donos and all that sort of stuff, and looks like you enjoyed your stream, so thank you to everybody that jumped over and said g'day. We're actually flying the route I did my NAV solo in this morning, so and I'm actually not using any GPS aids or anything at the moment, so congratulations, my friend, and thank you very much for the donation there. We're just paying it backwards and forwards at the moment between you and me, I think, with our donations to each other. Is this the black box 172? This is the WB Sims 172. So I'm looking for this mountain over here. Now I can't see because of the clouds. God damn it. Because that was my visual aid. Where's she gone? But we're going to have to start descending soon. Because I don't want to jump into Sunshine Coast airspace. I did see it over to my right before. How long have I been licensed for? Oh, Richard, I can't. Oh, when was it? August? Not last year, before? No, I think I'm going into my 3rd year since I've had my pilot's license. So a little while now. But Mr. Sim Fanatic, I need to pin you up to the top while I think of it. And let's do one of these for you, brother. Thank you very much, guys. Put some orange whips in the chat for Sim, if you can find one. There might be none left in the world. Sim might have drunk them all. A problem on my screen when I'm flying around. Why do I have a custom departure marker on? I don't know. You think you did? Any Chinese spy balloons? I have no idea. I'm not looking for them. All right. Where did that mountain go? I might just start. Oh, there we go. We need to be parallel this guy, and we've got the highway coming in, so we're getting close to Gympie. So we're going to start doing descending here because we don't want to go into Sunny Coast airspace. At Queensland Pilot Academy in Toowoomba, I might see you in the skies. Ah, very cool, Pringle. Very, very, very cool. I'm just going to have to dodge around these clouds a little bit, but we are descending. We're going to move over to the CTAS. From here to this point, I'd actually do a 10-mile inbound call. Could do something, it'd be something like, yeah, give me traffic. This is whatever the aircraft is. We're currently 10 miles to the southeast. 4,500, descending down to 1,700, which I think that's the overfly thing. ETE is, I don't know, 03, something like that anyway, is what we'd do. Keep your traffic. We're just dodging these clouds, needing to get under 3,500 feet. I can see the airport in front of me. We need to get down because we probably would have busted altitude by now. Oh, actually, we're not, because the altitudes we need to be below 4,500. There we go. It doesn't take long to get here. I've done a few videos that I never actually published of me flying over here and doing circuits and all sorts of stuff. You got to watch out because they do glider flying over here too, and a lot of pilot training here, so it can be quite busy at times. Fuel pump can come back on as we're descending. No, we're actually going to fly over. We're going to overfly, and we're going to land, and we're going to do it the right way. I don't know what the runway is going to be. It's probably, because it was on 2-3, we'll be landing, I think it's 1-4. So the opposite end of the runway to this. I'll quickly look at the Ursa for this guy and just see what the airport altitude is. Airport elevation is 260, so 1,700 is going to be our overfly. It's actually quite nice and handy being able to use a an EFB a little bit here while you're actually simming. You still use the built-in I could do that, but I'm not going to because it will crack the poos. We're going to descend over the hangars at 1,700, overfly it, and then we're going to descend on the non-active side to 1,200 and come in for a landing on runway 14. Mrs. TP, thank you very much for that. Sim, thank you very much for that. And Kanga, appreciate the support. Thank you, guys. And I'm hoping you're enjoying something a bit more of the real life sort of flying here. I would actually be a little bit lower than this. I just got caught off guard a little bit. It's amazing how much the time flies when you're streaming. But whoever's landing there, you're landing on the wrong runway. Just saying. But this is interesting because the runway which we're landing on, we will see it. It's just towards the end of a river. And at the end of that river, there's the runway, and it's quite interesting. It puts you off too. Your depth perception off a little bit. Yeah, takes you back. I think I was way more nervous, I think, from memory for my NAV solo, because you're cutting off the elastic band. I was way more nervous for my NAV solo than my actual first solo round in the circuit. So, all right. So we're overflying, but I'm not going on the runway. I'm staying on the non-active side for runway 14. So that's this guy here. I'm actually not flying right on it. And there we go. We can see the other runway there. What we're looking for to see if there's things out to say that there's gliders flying, but there's no gliders flying. So we are going to peel off to the left. I think someone's trying to knock. Oops, sorry about that. Someone's trying to... I thought someone was trying to knock. This is if you had VR right now. This is when it comes in. Comes in right now. And it does look like this in real life, but it looks a little bit greener. Sorry guys, I'm missing some of the chat because I'm watching. It's cool when you do some of the backstory. Yeah. Oh, well, this part of the flight that I did on my... sorry, I'm doing a shit part about doing this part. But this part of the flight was nice and easy. It was when I went to the next couple of parts, I had some... I had to make some real decisions on nav solo when it comes to weather. I was already nervous because on the NOTAMs there was turbulence. And I was speaking to my instructor before I go. He said, no, just go, but you can always turn back. All right, so now we're going to enter crosswinds. Happy Paddy's Day. It was yesterday for us. Paddy's Day's finished. And we're going to enter the circuit. 1700. Everybody's landing on it with the tailwind, but that's okay. There we go. Holy can't even speak. What's going on, Richard?
Something for the ground support program.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. 20%'s going towards it. Thank you very much. That is way too kind. And I know you've already supported it already. So, holy bejeebers, guys. Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate it. You get claps. You're getting claps. That's from ausflightsimmer. I've just jumped into the circuit here. I'm a little bit too high. Appreciate it. We haven't even done our bumfish checks here. I'd normally do it before I do that section there. This is for you, my friends. Thank you very, very, very much. I'm 200 above in the circuit. I need to get down. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do the best I can while I'm streaming, but it's a little bit hard. There we go. We're going to run parallel. We're going to probably extend. Yeah, I'm going to extend the downwind. There we go. Thank you very much, Richard. I appreciate that. I really do. This is for you. We're going to replace the pin. No, don't start
Let's
doing this
make it
stuff
rain
either.
on us.
No. I'm doing circuits, man. I'm trying to do this realistic. Thank you, Richard. I'll pin you up to the top. I've pinned him up. Okay, where are we at? Hang on, slow down. I'm trying to get ready for slow flight. You know how difficult this is, Sim. You're a real life pilot. All right, so we're at slow flight. Can't even speak. We're at flap speed, so first notch flaps going down. We need to extend because we've got someone on the rundown there, so we have to extend. It's hard doing this and trying to stream and move around. There we go. We've got to wait for Av's bush fly to fly past us before we can actually go on our base. Oh, you do this to me? Yeah. And then we've got Gimpy City in the background there. We can't do it. Looks like we're going to have some weather up ahead too.
Any fun yet?
Tony. All right, slowing down. I'm increasing altitude in the circuit. What an idiot. We need to get down, ausflightsimmer. Get down. You're too high. Come on, get down. There we go. Now we're getting down. Come on. She just doesn't want to go down. All right, second notch of flaps. And we're just looking for runway altitude, runway altitude, runway altitude, and we're still too high. Sim, this is for you. Thank you very much for the dono, guys. I appreciate the support. Absolute legends. And we're way too high because Oz is doing a bad job at this. But anyways, we'll try to save it. All right, I got to concentrate now. Music's yelling off. Got to try to save this. So we got our lineup all right. We were just a little smidgen too high, but that's all right. We can save that. This is what it looked like in real life, but it's a lot greener. It's usually not as dry as this. Even nowadays when we've had El Nemos and Elmos and Cookie Monsters and all that sort of weather stuff. We're going to load a little bit because we're a bit high. There's that river that I'm speaking to. The hill's a little bit more prominent than what it appears in the sim. Eyes at the end of the runway. Floaty McToasties. Oh, that was a pretty crappy landing. But anyways, there we go. I love the backfiring on the Boris stuff and the whine. Can you hear the whine of the wheels, just like a Cessna? And if anybody wants to know you've done worse, yeah, this is freeware scenery over flightsim.to for this airport. You give it a 6? Yeah, she was a bit rubbish. I was getting nervous because I stuffed up the approach so much. Oh, love all the hover planes. Yeah, because I've got the scenery and you guys don't. That's the reason why. Looks spectacular. Yeah. So we're going to fly out of here. We're going to depart on the base turn on this airport to get an accurate thing. But we're just going to go and do a bit of a coffee run. I appreciate it. The wife just showed you where to find them. Yes, there's the orange whips for Sim Fanatic. Absolutely. What's up with the floaters? They just have different scenery. This is freeware scenery. You can fly this flightsim.to up at the airport. So that's why all you guys are floating there. We appreciate it. Thank you very much for all the support. That is absolutely amazing and insane. Thank you, everyone. I'm just going to whack on the brakes here. We're going to run this power up. I'm going to go and see if I can make a quick coffee for Mrs. Oz and myself. And then we should be good. It's 26 degrees in here. It's 9:10 a.m. in the morning. The humidity around here would be absolutely insane. Come on, ausflightsimmer. What do you mean, come on? You telling me to hurry up? Is that what you're trying to say? All right. we'll be back and then we'll get ready for our next leg. If anybody wants to know, our heading will be 238 and we'll be climbing up to 6,500. So we'll get that set up when we go and then we'll be good to go. When are you going to do a face reveal? What are you talking about? This is my face. This is my face. What's around West USA server? You can put in exclamation mark server, exclamation mark flight plan into the chat. All right. I'll leave it here so you can see the floating planes. Be back soon, ladies and gents. We're back. It's safer being in here than being out there. Alrighty. Apparently I got all sorts of stuff happening at my place at the moment. The garage door's broken. Done something wrong. Let's just do some simming, shall we? Alright, so we're going to go up to 6,500. We're going to go trekking at 238. Yeah, I'm in the doghouse at the moment. 238. Alright, let's do this. Cool. All right. Let's go. Answer, I've been loving all your streams and videos. Do a great job. Keep it up. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. No, I haven't done anything wrong, but it's you know, it's always my fault. All right, let's get out of Dodge. Alrighty, we're just going to go on to the runway. And I'm going to use the autopilot for some of this part of the trip here because it is a longer leg. And we're going to backtrack all the way up to runway 14. I'll probably have to jump out when we're in the cruise and just get an update of what's going on. Apparently the chain snapped on the garage door. We can't get in and out at the moment. Oh shit, someone's coming in for a landing. Sorry, mate. We're gonna get off. We're gonna get off so you don't have to go around. Or are you just sitting there? I'm just gonna taxi up this way anyway. Yep. I just walked out there and just like everything. Thank you. Well, you got a little bit on camera. Yeah, just put it there. It's fine. I can't. Thank you very much. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. We're back. That's Mrs. Oz. You got to see a bit of a corner in the camera there. He brought in breakfast and a nice coffee. At least I got that. And I've got a dog here as well now. It's all happening. Sorry. All happening. Steve, you can put in exclamation. Oh my god. Steve, you can put in exclamation mark multiplayer and it will give you the settings how to join. Am I using FS Realistic? No, I'm not. I'm actually using the Boris sound mods over at Orbex. Definitely pick it up. Get the WB Sims, Cessna 172 Sim, and then also the Boris sound pack and Chef's Kiss after that. We need to do some checks here in a second just to figure out what we're doing. Now you need a garage sim. That's just what I need at the moment. That's probably going to cost hundreds. Anyways. Alrighty. At least I got coffee and Mrs. Oz still made it for me, so that's even better. Alright, so we're going to go 2-3. This is 50 nautical mile trip on this one. So we got that in the box. And we're going to go up to 6,500. So that's good. And I think we should be good to go. So pumps are on. Probes are on, navs are on. Actually, we haven't been using the landing lights. Like an idiot. Cool. Alright, we're good to go. Get Jacko doing some construction sim. I don't want to think about it at the moment, Tony. Just replace the springs and garage door, cost you 350 USD. Yeah, so this is the whole chain, and I hope it hasn't broken the motor on it either. It's that would be great news. All right. Hang on, just gathering my thoughts for a second after everything that's just happened. Didn't even have the strobes on. Oh my god. Alright, let's go. Shit, no flaps. Sorry. I just got a bit sidetracked then. Alrighty, let's go. We've got a bit of a crosswind as well. There we go, and we're off. The sounds are insane on the Boris. He just needs to make more sound packs. I'll buy them all. They're really, really good. There we go. So the airport altitude is 250. So we can put our flaps up a little bit early. But there's 700. We're going to make our turn. He's doing the sound pack for the 380. Absolutely he is. Yep. Yep. There we go. That's on our base. Oh, there we go. It's not a bad base considering I wasn't looking. And we're in the circuit. We're going to stay circuit altitude because we're going to depart on the crosswinds. And there's all sorts of stuff going on here. Do you want to go out, mate? Do you want to go out? You go out. Sorry, guys. Very professional simulation simming today. Oh, all right. So, because we want to get the best point, we're actually going to cross on the middle of the airfield here to get the best track. Get him. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. There's obviously, I'm leaving it to Mrs. Oz. She can sort it out. And she'll let me know what's going on a little bit later. All right. And we're going to depart here. That way we get the best bearing. And we're going to on and climb up to 6,500 is what we're going to do. Hopefully we'll get through these wispy little clouds. The terrain up here is quite high. So that's why we want to get up and running. But we do want to depart on the right, heading to ausflightsimmer. That's probably it there. There we go. Cool. See you, Gimpy. And at this point when I was doing my nav, I was alright till I got to Gimpy because I was like, oh, that's only a little flight. But when I did this one here, it's when I was getting a bit nervous on my nav. I'm not nervous, just anxious. Just anxious. We got to this point. It's like, oh, this is the longest leg. We're off to the point where we're going to be the furthest away from the my home airfield and cutting the umbilical cord, basically. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was so much fun. Right, there's 2,000. Looking for other aircrafts. We're going to point the nose back up. The next airport where we're flying to has an ATIS, but I'm not going to punch that in or anything like that. But once we get in the cruise, I got to duck out and see what's going on. I also got my breakfast here, so I'm going to go off camera for a little bit too. Hopefully that's okay. I'm sort of able to cheat a little bit because you guys are obviously probably using GPSs and stuff like that. Hey, Buckle Bunny, thank you very much. That is way too kind. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Have a great flight. Peace out. And I'm gone. What? You're just going to do it like that? You're just going to jump in and drop some cash and go? Well, happy St. Paddy's Day to you. Hope you have some nice green beer or wine. And have an awesome day. Thank you, Bunny. Appreciate it.
Happy St. Paddy's Day. Have a great flight. Peace out and I'm gone.
She just drops in and then she's got... I'm trying to find a rabbit or a bunny, but I can't find a rabbit or bunny emote. But there we go. Thank you, Bunny. Appreciate it. Put some Marys in the chat for you. And let's do one of these. I know you like business jets, so I'll see if I can find a business jet here in a second. There we go. Business jets for Bunny. There we go. Someone found some rabbits. Thank you, Bunny. Appreciate it. All right, so what we're going to do for me... hang on, I've got to pin it, buckle up the top here. Got to find it. And we're going to replace the pin. There we go. Absolutely insane. Buckle got Mr. Sim Fanatic speechless yesterday. It was really, really funny to see. Great to see. All right, I'm going to stick the autopilot on just so I can see what's going on. Thank you, Sim. I appreciate it. Come on, this is hard when you're trying to do this hand flying this stuff.
Make it rain.
No. All right, let's go on the autopilot. We're going to go on to heading mode, and we've got the altitude in there. We're going to go on to VS, and we're going to put the VS up to just lovely 500 feet, and we put it on the heading mode. The dog's back. Dog's back. And the other dog's barking. We've got heaps of stuff going on. I don't know why the heading bug's not working, but anyways. What's going on here? Are you working, heading bug? Heading bug. Have I got drift on this thing? I do. It's got a drift on it. Well, that's gonna be a bit nasty. Alright, we'll just leave it there. It does as a drift on it. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Cool. Sorry guys, I'd love to know what's going on outside, but that's alright. Alright, there's a 4.5. Buckle, thank you very much. Sim, thank you very much. Sorry guys, got too much stuff going on. Things are breaking in the house. Oh my god, thank you guys, I appreciate it. That's for Mr. Sim Fanatic. We go above these clouds, and then we're on our way. There we go. Loving it. As you can see, this is the reason why we're going up to 6.5, because she's quite bumpy and very tiger country around here. And there's just nothing around. Just nothing around. Except for a big lake we're going to see on our right hand side. Then we know we're in the right area. We're going to keep climbing up to 6.5. And we're going to be looking for the big lake on the right. And there's also a some roads as well. Lake and a road in about 15 minutes time. So I think I can already see the lake maybe. But that's what we're doing. Holy dooly. I didn't even have Streamlabs turned on today. But that was nice for Buckle to just jump in, drop some cash, and say see ya later. So thank you very much for doing that. Is anybody celebrating anything for St. Pat's Day? Obviously it's finished in Oz. That was yesterday. Let's bring that up. About 6.5. What was that, Richard? Sober? Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't drink, so... But you could always have, like, lime cordial or something. But look at this. Absolutely beautiful place. This is what it looks like, but it's usually a little bit greener than this. And there's a town over here somewhere that it's like got 7 houses on it, and you can use that as a visual aid. It's crazy. I can't remember the name of it. Not many orange whips. Yeah, you get more done, Sin. You get more done. Get more things done. All right, we're gonna change this back because we're off our altitude a little bit. I mean, off our flight path a little bit. What's going on? I need to see it. Hopefully, Mrs. Doll's is trying to get a dude around at the moment. A dude. A guy to fix the garage. I didn't turn NAV on. Turn the wrong one on. There we go. Hey, Inspector, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I don't have to worry about changing pumps or anything like that because I'm going to keep my landing lights on, which I would around here if I've got wispy clouds and stuff. But yeah, at this point, I was just really focused on making sure that I'm listening, because I'd be trying to get the ATIS by now. See if we can pick up the ATIS for Kingaroy. But at this point, I'd be really just focusing, making sure I'm keeping my altitude, keeping my my heading, and looking for the visual aid of the lake on the right hand side, and then also making sure that I'm on time. They're the things I'd be really concentrating, and just keeping it you know, straight and level. Is really what I'd be focusing about this point in time when I was doing this, and just like, let's just get there, let's just get there. Is any of you guys real life pilots? Do you talk to yourselves much apart from doing your procedures? Do you talk to yourself much when you're in the plane? I talk to myself a fair bit. And the funny thing is, I'll tell you a funny story. When I was out here, right, and I was looking for the little town that's got 7 houses on it, right? You suddenly start seeing all these other towns that have 7 houses on it, and you go, is that it? Is that it? Is that it? Nah, that's not it. Nah, that's it. Nah, that must be it. Yes, yeah. I'm not a pilot, but constantly talking to myself. No, but I have been giving it some thought. That's funny. That is funny. You're in training. You're a student. Nice. And some aircraft are really cool. Some aircraft with the GPSs are built in. It actually allows for the wind drift. So you might need to, say, go a heading of this, but you've got to track this direction. Obviously, this is not doing it, but because I don't have it programmed in for the nav. But some aircraft are really cool. They've got all that sort of lovely stuff built in. That being said, I'm just going to quickly jump out, just get a bit of an update. When I come back, I'm going to go off camera and quickly snag some breakfast. Hey, Ant, thank you very much. What's your favorite thing of Flight Sim? My favorite thing is you guys. That's my favorite thing of Flight Sim, is I get to hang out with awesome people that are like-minded, friends from all different parts around the world. That's why I said flying with friends tonight. Nav solo, but I'm with you guys. And that's the best part, is the community and all the awesome people that I've been able to meet along the way. I wish I could go to Flight Sim Expo and meet a bunch of you guys. I'm hoping we'd have some expos in Australia so you can meet some of our Aussie friends. But yeah, it's absolutely you guys. And Lonsky, how are you, legend? Hope you're doing well. We got your message, Lonsky, so all good. I hope everything is well. But yes, it's all you guys. This is why I love doing. I've always considered myself as a content creator first and a streamer second, but I love streaming because I get to hang out with all you people. So, and you've changed my life. So, yeah, absolutely. And thank you very much for the super chat. I've got to put Sim back up here for a second, and then I'll do yours. I'm running behind on the pinups. So I'll pin up Mr. Sim Fanatic there. And then I've just got to go and check to see if the wife needs any help with anything, because all the stuff is going on. But we've got enough fuel for the trip. Just someone yell out if you... There's the lake. There is the lake up there. We can see it. Or it's actually a water reserve, or what do you call it? But anyways, that's what we want to be looking for. We can see that there, so we're flying in the right direction. Looks like from you guys I'm probably a little bit off, but we could correct that. But I'll be back. I'm just gonna see what's going on. And I'll come back off camera just to scull some breakfast. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. I'm gonna just, oh, what's going on here? Mark's done a super chat as well. You guys are so kind. I appreciate this. I really, really, really do. I'm gonna have to scull some a cold brekkie. But thank you very, 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 very much, Mark. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're on the way to Kingaroy. I probably need to start descending. So I'm gonna try to fly this plane off camera while I eat some breakfast. So I'll be back. Mark, I will do some celebrations in a second, my friend. Please hang around. Thank you very much for that. You guys are way too kind. Just need to get myself settled here for a second because the airport's going to be just up here somewhere soon. Soon. It's hard to see, but we'll see if we can find it. All right, guys, I'll be back soon. Still a thing. It's just hard to do navigation flights when I have to keep jumping out of the room to find out what's going on. So if you can hear me chewing, I do apologize. All right, we're going to flick frequency over to 12670, which is the CTAP for the area. This place does have an ATIS, but because we're not like flying, we're not going to use it. I really appreciate everybody done some very, very kind donations. That means a lot, so thank you. Now, the interesting part with this runway that we're landing at, you can actually land on, it does both left and right circuits. Left and right circuits for this runway. So you basically fly towards the middle of it. That's why you listen to the ATIS and then you can just go which way you want to go. So it's got a left and right circuits. It's very interesting. Yeah, the ATIS is probably not in sim anyway. But we were looking for this navigation aid. The other one is you can normally see smoke because there's a power plant over here somewhere, so you can see smoke, and that way you can also see what the wind direction's doing up over here too. But I'm going to start descending. Start descending at 4.5, and I should be finished some breakfast by then. But apologies guys, sorry for the interruptions. I wanted to sort of do this a little bit semi-realistic, but with everything that's going on in the ausflightsimmer household today. Sorry, I'm smashing the microphone. So the airport's just up here. We need to descend more. Thank you, Fozzie. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mark, as well. I can see the airport and I can see the town. Hang on. I'm going to move the mic away for a sec. Sorry guys, getting there. Oh, shit. I'll be back in a sec. Holy dolly. I just spilt shit everywhere. Alright, what am I doing? Mark, this is for you, my friends. Thank you, Mark. I don't know where I'm up to. Yeah, sorry guys, I did swear. I did swear. And this is for you, my friends. And Fozzie, this is for you, my friend. Thank you very much, everybody. Holy dolly. Got everything going on. Sorry, guys. No worries, Mark. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not doing everything right today. Apologies. So this is what we really want. We're looking for the airport and we've got cloud right over where the town is, which it makes it hard to find it. So I believe the airport should be just there. Where it is, it's over there. Cool. So we've still got a bit of time. We're gonna fly over it and then I'm gonna see if I can get a META report to see what we can do. But yeah, sorry guys, I did swear because I spilt egg all over myself. Literally spilt egg all over myself. As we're descending in. What town is Kingaroy? And I need to get the Ursa out to find out what the airport altitude is. Sorry guys, I'm not... Actually no, that's wrong. Wrong ausflightsimmer. You didn't even do that properly. Right airport frequency. The Ursa airport altitude elevation is 1400. That's right. So 2500 or 3000 is the overflow. We're not going to do 3000. We're going to approach the middle and then we're going to chuck in and do right hand circuits in to runway 34. Is what we're going to do, unless I can get a META report that's going to be different. And it's going to be a last minute rush, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm way behind on flight. Runway 23, hang on. Kingaroy, then 23. Is that one there. So we've got crosswind. So runway 34 and we've got a crosswind. Great. What we want to do. Yeah, Kingaroy. Yeah. So we're going to go down to 2.5 with the circuit altitude. The runway that we're actually landing on, this is the one that we would want to land on, but we're not landing on a grass strip. So we are going to have a crosswind here today. But I've got Mrs. Oz made such a lovely breakfast and I've just butchered it. Anyways. It went pitch black. I'm gonna side slip this thing a little bit. It's interesting. The hills are actually quite more predominant again in the in real life than what it is in the sim. There we go. So we're joining. So you could actually come into here and I could land over a right-hand circuit or a left-hand circuit. It's very interesting. I can't remember the name of what they call these circuits. Starts with R. Someone will be able to tell me. That is Lonsky. Yes, we saw Lonsky there. And she's a bit windy. We've got cloud here. But this is what it looks like here. You've got some nice big fields with just dirt and stuff. Soil's red. And then you've got the hills on the left-hand side that we have to worry about. And then Twin here, we're going to give way to him. We're doing the extended downwind as well. But yeah, it's always windy around here, so the landings are always interesting. I am going to do a full stop and get rid of this plate and stuff. Sorry, guys. But normally I just do a touch and go. I actually, on my navigation nav, I did a touch and go here. But I've done full stops here as well. But on that particular flight, I did a touch and go. I think Mr. Sim Fanatic's gone to sleep. My buttons work. Shit. Sorry guys, really bad approaches in, but anyways. Yeah, Lonsky's manning the fuel pump. Are you actually in the sim, Fozzie? I mean, Lonsky. Are you gonna make it in the sim? But we're gonna do a full stop here so I can gather my thoughts for the flight back. Oh, nice one. That is super cool. That is very, very, very cool. Nice to have you back, brother.
Having any fun yet?
I think I'm getting a headache. Alright, now we're doing a crosswind landing. Ollie dolly. Aileron into the winds. It's a big runway, this one, for a country town. Aileron into the wind, left rudder, kick in. Oh. Oh no. Bad landing, ausflightsimmer. I was good. I was good to the last part. And then the wind started pushing me off and I lost control. That was bad landing, ladies and gentlemen. That was a bad one. Not one of ausflightsimmer's finest. Alrighty, let's go and just do a full stop down here for a second. Excuses. Oh, there was no excuses. I just said it was a bad landing. It was a safe landing, but it was a bad landing. No excuses. It was safe, but it wasn't what's it gusting up to here? 8 knots, so it's not that bad. See, Mr. Bush Pilot's there. I wonder if this is add-on scenery as well. No one's perfect. Yeah, let alone me. Is this the default plane, James? It is the default plane, but it's using the Just Flight WB Sims mod plus the Boris sound pack on it as well. Oh, you blew up your tire on the sling because you landed sideways. Interesting. There's Lonsky. Nice to see you back in the sim, Lonsky. Alrighty. That was interesting. All right, let me get my, hang on, let's go back to here for a second. Holy dolly. Sorry, this was meant to be a nice, cool, relaxing stream. Sorry for all the fuffle going on in the ausflightsimmer household today, but Fozzie, thank you very much for the super chat. Mark, thank you very much for the super chat. Ant, thank you very much for the super chat. Simfanatic, thank you very much for the donos. Bunny, thank you very much for dropping it in and out with the super chat. Richard, thank you very much for the dono. Sim for the dono. Mrs. TP for the dono. And Kanga for the dono. Guys, thank you very much. As I mentioned before, 20% of the donos are going to the ground support this week for this stream and Sunday's stream. And Fozzie, let's get a round of applause for Lonsky, everybody. Lonsky's back. He's got his computer back up and running. Lonsky, this is for you. There we go. All right, guys, I'm just going to be back in a second and just do a check-in and drop this plate off, and then we'll get set up for the leg back to Kilcoy. And that's the airport I actually flew over on Wednesday. So I'll be back. Give me a sec and I'll get an update what's going on. Alrighty. Sorry guys, I was having a look at the garage door and see if I can fix it myself. But Mrs. Oz has organised tech to come around, so it's probably no point. Right, what are we doing here? Alright, so we're going to go to runway heading... Sorry, it just makes it hard to sort out this stuff when I'm up in two places at once. Alright, so we're going to go to heading 110, so we're going to pop that in there. We are going to go down to 5,500 feet is what we're going to be doing. We're going to put our flaps down. I've got grease on my hands now, which is good. Did I try pulling the rope? Oh no, I can get the garage door to go up and down. It just won't do it by itself. But it's just the cord snap, but it snapped out of the tensioner, and I could probably just do it myself and feed it back in and grease it up again. So, which would, anyways. Okay, that's working. I was pulling that in and out and it wasn't going before, so interesting. That's all right. I'll have a look at it after the stream. I might be able to catch it before he comes out, because he might come out and it might charge us money for no reason. But then again, it probably needs a service at the same time. Is that a bloody helicopter? Bloody helicopter. All right. That enough said, let's get into flying and let's not worry about this other stuff at the moment. Sorry guys, apologies for the stream. Yeah, possibly. It's probably worth getting a guy out to do it. Check on it anyway. It hasn't been looked at for many, many, many years. Alright, so we're going to backtrack all the way down here, and then we're going to take off, and we're going to do a right-hand circuit and depart on the downwind leg is basically what we're going to do. All right. All right. Sorry guys, I was just gathering my thoughts for a second. I didn't feel like jumping on camera for a few minutes. One of those mornings. Alrighty, we're departing out of Kingaroy. There we go, we're on our way to Kilcoy now. We're gonna go up, we only can do 5, just got grease in my bloody hands. We've only got 5,500 feet that we're going up here, or else we need to go up to 7.5. So we'll see what the cloud layer is doing over when we get over the mountains, but 5.5 should be fine. Well, it's gonna be fine for vertical limit, just depends what the weather is. Yeah. I'll deal with it after the stream. Coming up, there's 4.5, got 1,000 to go. So we want to be on a heading of about 111 for this track, depending on what the wind's actually doing. Well, we need to track 111. It's about 45 nautical miles on this leg. It's either I deal with it after the stream or end the stream now. So I was going to end the stream, but I've decided just to continue on for the next hour. I'll see how I feel anyway. Alrighty. So from this point of view, there's a town that we're just about to fly over. So I was actually looking for that. So we know that's Nanango, I believe it is. Is it Nanango? Yeah, it is Nanango. So we actually fly straight over it, so we know that we're on track. And also there's where this road goes all out to a power station that's up there as well. So we know we're on track. And this airport's about 10 nautical miles away from Kingaroy, so we can actually then flick back to 129. We're going to do that, and then we're going to put the CTAF back in 126.70. So we're going to do that there. So we're ready to go to get to Kingaroy. So there we go. So that's all good. So altitude's going up to 5.5, which it's going to do there. So that should start dropping. So that's going to be altitude. Oh, we're going to have to do it for it. And alts. We're tracking okay. Fuel's good at right frequencies. T's and P's are all in the green, and everything is all good. I'll post my tri-flight photos. The best one that they took, and also my face. That is fine, Mr. Maple Leaf. Did you enjoy it, my friend? How was it? Let us know. Was it great? I was scared for my first one, my trial flight. But there we go. So, a couple of things we want to look at when we fly. So we're at Nanango there. I'm going to be looking for creeks and all that sorts of stuff if I was actually flying this in at real life. What probably my next thing is, I want to look for when we fly over some mountains, there should be a river going through it. Then we'll know we'll be on track. But thank you very much, everybody, for the kind donation. Sorry the stream hasn't gone to plan. But that's all right. That is all right. And we're just cruising nice and calm up here, which is good. Whereabouts did you put it? Actually, my friends over at Apex Gaming PCs, who we do our ausflightsimmer PCs with, they're actually just sent me a message about 15 minutes ago. And I'll put some details around this, but I'm going to let you guys know first. They're actually doing a St. Patrick's Day PC giveaway. So I'm going to just put in the Gleam details for you guys to enter, if you guys want to enter. I don't get anything out of it. This is just something that they sent it to me. So I'll put this in there. I haven't looked at the terms and conditions at all, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just going to put the links in there. I'll let you guys do that. Obviously, I'll post the information in my Discord a little bit later. But we'll leave the information in there. You just over the river now? Yeah. So I can see it smoothing through over here. So it sort of will come in over there. Like I can see in front of us, so I know where we're going to be. Hey, Dana, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. But have a quick look at that. Where did you actually put those pictures? Screenshot media. Ah. No, in the wrong spot. General chat. Oh, you haven't posted them maybe yet. But anyways, there's the river winding down and crosses us there. Then we know we are halfway on the trip down to this next leg. And basically what you'd be doing in real life is you would know what time it takes you to get there, and you can work out what your current speed is, and you would be rechecking your speeds and stuff like that and your estimated time of arrival. And you'd be working out, am I on course? What's my fuel burn doing? All those sorts of things is what I'd be doing in the cockpit as much as possible while hand flying the aircraft. So, but for today's effort, we're just keeping our altitude and making sure we're on track using the visual aids. As you can see, I'm not using any GPS. I'm using tracking headings, using the flight plan that I prepared before. Flying it like we would fly in a real life with no GPS is what we're doing today. So far everything is going fine. Obviously I can cheat a little bit because I can see you guys there, but I'm not actually taking notice of that. We were meant to be tracking at 111. We're tracking about 114 because of the wind adjustment, but everything's going well. So, and we get to look at these amazing views and look at the ground and go, if I had an engine out, where are we going to land? Where's the best place in this tiger country to land? And there's not much around here. So if I had to do a bit of a scan, I'd probably try to land in there. But I'd have to make sure there's nothing else on there that I'm gonna ran into. But if I had an engine out right here, it would be probably, that's where I'd go into, is there. Looks nice and flat. There is something on the surface there, but I don't know what that is, but I could land on the right hand side of it. So, and then we've got the river coming up here, and it's 18 degrees, so nice and cool up here. Simulate it? No, because I don't have time to climb up Takeoff because I've got, obviously, you know, we've got the garage door stuff I need to go and sort out. So keep getting thermal winds. Yeah, so when I flew over here in real life, I had cloud at layer and I couldn't get to it was at 4,500 for most of the trip back, between 4,005 and 5,000. So there used to be VFR laws that changed in the last couple of years, but when I actually did my nav flight back then, you could be whatever altitude. You didn't have to be on odds and evens. You tried to stick to it, but you didn't have to be anything under 5,000 feet. Then they changed those rules to at 3,000 you have to be in your flight altitude. So obviously we're flying back, so we're at 5,500 or 3,500. We couldn't be 3,500 for this leg because we'd actually plow into a hill. But back then I could just, you know, I had to stay, I'd stay within 4,000 to 4,500 to 5,000, depending on where I was flying and what the cloud level was doing, because I had to stay in VFR. and it was bumpy as hell. Every time I reached on the dash to get the map to check where I was, I didn't need to, but then I was just like, I could remember I had to keep putting it back on the dash and just keep flying, because every time I did that, it would be bumpy. But I remember it was really, really bumpy, that flight. And it could have been more bumpy in my head than what it actually was, because it was my nav solo, but it was pretty bumpy, and we did have on the NOTAMs, there was a fair bit of turbulence around. But when I got to this point, it's like, well, I've got to keep going, so. But I can already see the valley as it goes into Kingaroy, and then you pop over these hills and it's over there, so. We can see the lakes and stuff in the background there. So there's Kilcoy already in front of us. So I know that we're on track and I can see what we're doing. So midway point was this river here. This is the stuff they teach you guys when you're learning to fly and doing navigation. So we knew that we were going to be in here. I would check the time that I was over here, and then I'd give myself an advised ETE before I'd reach there, but we're not doing that today. We're going to keep going, but we're all on track. And we can see the lakes up here, and this is where I flew the other day. Actually, in real life, we flew over this airport over here. So, but yeah, everything's going well. You guys, most of you guys are already over at Kilcoy, and then from then we can see Caloundra. Once we get there, we can see Caloundra and stuff, but we'll still fly our heading. So, but yeah, this is sort of my neck of the woods of where if I want to do longer flights, I can either do these sorts of ones, or I could fly up the coast to the beach towns. So yeah, pretty cool. And there's plenty of places to land here, or sort of. I'm going in a heli, and these winds make me work the hell out of my collective. It would, absolutely, it would. The other thing is, you've got this big long line here, which is actually the power station power lines all the way run up here. So when you have trees like this, you can see them because they cut a big section out of the trees to fit it in. So I always knew that I just had to fly to the left of that when I could see it too. So, but yeah. We love flying the coast around here. It's a very beautiful part of the world. That's too bad. You have to have a Twitter account to get the 4 or 5 entries, but at least you got one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't read the T's and C's. I'll put it up there, but you never know. One of you guys might win it. I'll see if I can find it again. And I'll have to have a look at it later. I won't post it on Discord for a fair bit because I need to go and sort some stuff out, but I'll post it back in here, but you guys could enter if you wanted to. Completely up to you. They just sent it to me like 20 minutes ago when I wasn't watching, so. What's it, Ryzen 5 5600? So it's sort of, it's on the sort of lower end of PCs, but it's all right. It is if you win it. You wouldn't be complaining, that's for sure. Big thank you to our friends over at Apex for running the comp. It's not our comp, it's just for anybody to enter, but there you go. Mr. TB says no need for anybody else to enter. All right, cut off. No, there's no point, everybody. TP's already marked it. He says he's going to win it. Good luck, my friend. I wonder if I can enter it. I'm probably not allowed to. There we go. We're just crossed the river. And we've got a damn beaver on our side. Donald's in the beaver. I was so close to doing this stream on VATSIM too. I'm glad I didn't do it the way that the streams turned out, but we were going to VATSIM this flight. Apparently on my charts there's a bit of rain. There's a bit of rain over this way here, which could be the case with the clouds. The lake must be an awesome spot. I've actually never been there in real life apart from flying over it. I don't land on that airport because it's a grass strip. So where I rent my planes, I don't like you landing on a grass strip, so I've only overflown it. So when I flew it the other day, it's actually quite picturesque. We flew over Lake Baroon, which is the first lake we went over, and then I went south and flew over here, and then come back. It was a quick nav. It was like an hour flight all up, but not a long one. But it's still good to do different nav points and actually follow all your procedures and your checks and stuff. So very clear, very interesting. And Dave says, what's the very clear part? But I already can see the Glasshouse Mountains and stuff up here, so I already know where I am and where I'm on track and stuff like that. So the sky and horizon, yeah. This is what it's like today. It's beautiful, sunny with some fluffy clouds around. We've got a little bit of a breeze, and it's going to be a pretty hot day today. So once we get over Kilcoy, we need to go to 5-3, and I'll probably deviate from 5-3 just a little bit. And the reason why would be making our inbound call right now. The reason why is because we've got to descend it down, because we're actually flying we're going to descend down to 3,500, and there's a bit of a sort of a hill slash mountain. And I did this the other day. I veered to the right of it because I didn't want to fly over it and get a bunch of turbulence. But we need to start descending soonish anyway. Actually, I'll get over Kilcoy at 4,500, then we'll start descending. But we don't want to fly over and not give us enough space for that little bit, so I'll talk about it when we get there. Okay, like for this sort of stuff, absolutely, you can practice procedures and stuff like this. And this is what I did before I went on to that nav, because I haven't flown out this way for a little bit. I actually practiced it in the sim. So I actually did the whole flight in the sim and practice it so I could get familiar. And the thing that it did for me is, like, when I actually flew it, I knew where this mountain was, I knew where this point was, I knew when I drew. So you draw on your maps. Should take a photo of it so you guys can see. But you draw on your maps when you're 10 nautical miles out, so you know when to change your inbound frequencies and stuff like that. And you use visual aids to go, hey, this mountain's going to crop out here. This is my 10-mile point. And I could use the whole sim to do that. So flying is doing procedures. I could do the whole flight in here. The only thing it's not simulating, which I'm not showing you guys because we've got a video coming out on Sunday, so I'm not showing you guys, but is the vibrations, is the feel, all that sort of stuff. But stay tuned to Sunday's video if you want to feel vibrations and the sim coming alive. Watch that video. But yeah, it's absolutely, it's realistic as I can get, sitting inside streaming, having a cup of coffee, talking to you guys. Yeah, it's good. That's why people go, oh, X-Plane's better than Microsoft Flight Simulator when it comes to flight mechanics and stuff. Well, it used to be, but it's not now. So give me the video. You have to wait. I've still got to edit it. I've filmed it. I've recorded it. I've done everything. I've just got to edit it. I just got to, not tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday night, after the stream. Yeah, I've got to edit it. Yeah, I've got to find time to fit that in this weekend. Have I ever actually done a dive negative? No. Recently got a butt kicker in VR. Yeah, we're not doing the butt kicker. So just to give you a bit of an understanding, guys, we've got the Kilcoy airport here. That's it over there. And there's a runway there as well, which is not really showing too well. But it's a grass strip, so it's hard to see. But that's it there. And the town will be just to... There's the town over here. But that's there, and it's usually a lot greener than that. So can you get that unedited? No, because it was filmed on multiple cameras, my friends. I've got to put it together, so you're gonna have to wait. Wait. Sorry. Wrong spot. Wrong spot. Runway's over there. That's why it's greener. My apologies. I flew from in this direction the other day. Not like you can see it on the camera properly. That's why I got ahead of myself for a second. There we go. So we're going to turn it towards that.
Heard him. You can get us over
The
the
runway,
runway
thank
30.
Yeah. If you come up here and show me where the throttle is in these things.
I'm starting not to like you.
There we go. But see how we've done all this without flying a GPS or any of that sort of stuff, so it can be done. Make sure we overfly this airport a little bit. Maple Leaf, you will have to watch the video. Just wait till the video's out. There we're over the airport, so we're going to fly from runway headings 5-3 at the start off with. So we're going to make our turn now. And then we're going to start descending down. So this little outcrop is what I spoke about. So we'll actually fly around that and then come back in this way. So I flew over here the other day, straight over here, then come back and flew down there and back into Caloundra. So because we've got to descend down to 3,500 now, we'll just veer around it. Because I was only at 4,500 coming over here, so we'll descend. We actually might get over. Oh no, we'll be descending before there. Orbex is doing a 40% sale. Is that like a St. Patrick's Day sale or something? Just thinking about the airspaces around here. Yeah. So I can go, where I am at the moment is I need to stay under 7,500. So it's interesting, the other day, you guys will see this in the video, but it'll be a couple of months away before you'll see this video, guys. But when I flew over here, I had an ATR descending into the sunny coast. So I was on Brisbane Centre, and they were telling that the ATR where I was, because he flew right over the top of me. But mind you, he was a couple of thousand feet above. So we got mentioned on Brisbane Centre. I was doing my own thing. I was in the right spot, transponder on, flying the right altitude, right direction. Everything was good. They were just letting them know. But that's why you can't fly any higher than 7,500 in this section where I am here. Hey, Alison, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. This is a Cessna 172. So we're going to make an adjustment so we can fly around this guy over here. But yeah, if you've got an autopilot, definitely use it. It makes your workload a lot less. Oh, and I just noticed I'm flooring this thing too. You posted your trial floats. Nice one. I'll have a quick squiz in a minute. As we send this 4.5. I have too many to choose from. Too many to choose from. Not over speed. I just want to look after the engines. Nice. Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. At the controls. Very, very, very cool. Nice one. Thanks very much for sharing that. I appreciate it. That is super cool. Congratulations, my friend. Are you going to continue doing it, or was it just a once-off? Did you like it enough to go, I'm going to start taking lessons, or did you just like, nah, it's not for me? That's what a trial flight's all about. Supposed to be at 35. Yeah, it's going to get to 32 degrees today with heaps of humidity. So yeah, Tom, yeah, this is the last one. Yeah, we've done some massive streams this week, so the Saturday ones will try to make them a little bit shorter. Plus I've got stuff I have to go and have a look at. So and I've got some things I need to do around the house today before I can get into editing. So when you can afford it, yeah. See, but now you know. That's the thing is, that's why I should have done my trial flight years and years and years ago, and I would have had a pilot's license for 20 years instead of only having it the last 2 or 3. So, all right. So this is the reason why I flew at 3.5, and we went around this mountain here because we didn't want to fly into it. And that's the decision I made in real life too. My track was going to go over this, and I wanted to be over it a little bit higher, so we sort of tracked away from it a little bit. Actually looks like the techie guy is here, so I may have to bail, guys. There may be, we'll see how we go, but I'll keep going as long as I can, but I may have to end the stream. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to track over to Lake Brune. Not Lake Brune, Uamatic Dam, actually. We need to track back to that. Hey, Michael, what's going on? And I can see the dam is just over there. And you can probably hear the puppy going nuts in the background. That's because I've got someone here looking at the garage. I actually didn't see that it was, now you mention it though. I can just read it, it's Boeing, but if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have been able to work it out. Hey, you can't go out and see him. Come here. Come here. Gotta go and see this guy, and I'm in my pajamas. What a morning. But there we go. We've got the glass house and mountains. We're going to do some trips over there in real life for the drop bears. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the first class at lounge memberships. You guys get access to a real life video of me flying once a month. So the first one for the year is actually coming out in the next 12 days. But we'll do a trip around having a look at these one day. I need to get another GoPro that I can put. I need to get 2 more GoPros. Yeah, once a month. I've recorded about 36 of them, and then I decided I didn't like them, and there were some of them like a year ago. So I've decided whatever flights that I record this year, we'll post them. So I've done 4 flights this year that I've recorded. So we'll put them in. But I want to get another GoPro that I can put on the window so I can shoot out of the wing so you can see it, and maybe like a 360 one here so I can look out the front plus look at me would be nice. They're the dream cameras later on. I film it with a GoPro 8, which is behind me and it looks out, and then I have a GoPro 5, which is not that great. It's getting pretty old, which looks at me. They're the only 2 GoPros I own, but eventually I'll get a 360 camera and another GoPro one day. Yeah, well, the one that's barking here, he's got no teeth. It's got 2 teeth left. She had to get all her teeth pulled out. So, interesting fact, took the 2 dogettes for a walk last night, and we had an altercation with another big dog that the owner dropped the lead accidentally, and it come up running out. And I've got 2 little schnauzers. They're little, you know, they're little inside dogs, but they like barking and showing everybody who's boss. And here's me swinging these other 2 dogs so this other one doesn't bite it, and I'm on one foot with my other foot trying to like chew away the other dog, and I'm yelling out to this gentleman, because it wasn't his fault, it was just an accident. I was like, get your dog, mate, get your dog. And I'm swinging these other dogs around so they don't get bitten. I'm trying to push. I was like, and at the end of it, it's just like, why do I want to go for a walk? This is not fun. Oh, it's crazy. And I come home grumpy. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I have 2 little yap dogs that you put them on leashes and they want to bark at anything they see. But it's got no teeth. Like, what's it going to do? What are you going to do? You got no teeth. Yeah, you got no teeth. Come, do you want to show everybody your teeth? Come here. Here we go. This is one of the ones. This is the little one. You only got 2 teeth left. Yeah, you only got 2 teeth left, don't you? But you like barking. Yeah, you do. You love barking. Okay. And your tongue's hanging out. You might be able to see it. Got your tongue hanging out. The tongue hangs out because she's got no canine teeth to hold her tongue in. Okay. But we still love you. Are you looking at me? You're looking at me. He gives the best hugs, this one. Gives the best hugs. Yep. Yep. I put you down now. Or you're just laying on me now. Hey? Ah, it's cute. Yeah, too cute, Mrs. TP. Too cute. So, and the other dog is her mum. So, we're holding altitude here. What's going on? Interesting. All right, enough of the autopilot. We'll hand fly the rest of the way. So guys, I'm hoping you enjoy. Oh geez, wind. That's what can happen. I'm hoping, so we're getting a little bit of wind from these mountains as we fly. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I'm sorry, we got the first couple of sections out of the road, and then the who hit the fan, but I'm hoping that you've enjoyed this sort of type of flying. We'll do some more real life sort of realistic stuff when we get into VATSIM. I'm just running behind of where I wanted to be with my content this year, so but we'll get to it. We might start some VATSIM flights by doing some GA VATSIM to start off with, perhaps. Introduce you guys to radio calls and stuff. It was fun. Yeah. The oldest daughter has a 1-year-old toy poodle that thinks it's a pit bull. Yeah, absolutely, TP. That's what they're like. These 2, you saw how cuddly and soft this thing was. You put a lead on it and it can basically take on Hulk Hogan, literally, with one paw. Like, it's got, you know, They're like, oh, Daddy's got the lead, so if I get myself in big trouble, Daddy's going to save me, so I'm going to bark and take anything on I can. They just get this extra confidence. Just go, yep, we're going nuts. Heading over to Ozu, yeah. I was actually doing forced practice landings near Ozu one day, and then we're going, oh, there's Ozu, we better get a bit higher. Stray zoos, I think. Here somewhere. Oh, no, it's not. It's down over there, but it's back there somewhere. Over back here somewhere, I think. But there's Uamatic Dam. Normally we would be over here about 1,500, and this is an inbound point to the airport. But because we're a little bit higher, we increased our altitude. And you're just going to check the winds at Caloundra. See which runway we're going to be landing at. Oh, we're at a crosswind. Ooh, there we go. So we're going to be landing at runway 12, the one that usually gives us the most amount of wind. So we'll overfly and join in. We need to be putting Caloundra in the box here that we haven't done. So 12585. But this is what it can be like. Be as bumpy as this in real life. When you're flying flight levels around about 1,000 to 1,500, it's usually pretty bumpy. Agree, you're not that dog, pal. You're not that dog. What do you mean by that? What are you talking about? All right, so we're going to turn it to the airport, which is at 9.5. I can see the airport from here anyway. And we're going to stay at 1,500 because we're going to overfly the airport for runway 12 and join... descend on the non-active side and join midfield crosswind for 12. And this is basically what I did on Wednesday. Actually, but I landed on 2-3. It wasn't 1-2. 1-2 is not active at the moment due to them redoing the runway. Ah, okay. Sorry, I've never heard that before. It's like, hey, what? To keep that altitude up. So runway 12 is this one here. So we will overfly. If you can see my mouse, we'll overfly, descend, and enter midfield crosswind here, and do a circuit, and come back in here. What we'll be doing. So we're gonna sort of go over to, and we need to stay at 1,500 so we don't hit anybody. But a big thank you to everybody that supported the stream and hung around. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hope everybody has an awesome weekend. Everybody's dropped in and done a super chat. Everybody that's dropped in and done donations, I really appreciate that. Some of those people were Fozzie, Mark, Anth, Mr. Symphonic. Buckle jumped in for like literally 30 seconds and then headed out. Thank you very much for that. Richard, obviously Symphonic a bunch of different times. Mrs. TP, Kanga, everybody, thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. We're going to have it looks like we're teeing up, if it all works out, we're going to have a super special stream on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. I'm hoping it's still going to be a special, if all things go well, it's going to be a special stream for you guys. That's runway 12 and there's 33. These runways are inactive at the moment because they're resurfacing it. We can only take off these ones. Then they'll close it down and resurface the other one. So we're overflying. We need to descend. So we're going to push the nose down. Sounds exciting. I'm hoping it works out well. Just going to slip it here a little bit, lose some speed. Is this all vineyards here? There's no vineyards here. We did do our bumfish checks right about now, but we're not doing those because I've done a rubbish. I should be at 1,000 feet when I do midfield crosswind, but we're a little bit higher. That's all right. All right, Michael. What, we've flown over some? No. All right, so we're in the circuit now. The fuel pump is not on. It should be on. No, we've had it on the whole time. It's making noise over all the Richie's houses here. We're flying all over the canals here, so the rich people. Have a crack on the radios? Yeah. So my aim is just to do some stuff there, and if you know you guys pick up a few things and start feel comfortable to start doing some of the training on it yourselves. Alright, so we're on runway 12. There we go, Mr. TP's landing. That's where on the threshold here. Start getting ready for slow flight. Hey Marion, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. There we go, there's a threshold there. Make sure we get up to 1,000, pull back for slow flight. Get the flaps ready. There we go, first notch of flaps. There's an Ashwell truck holding it at runway 33. Well, he shouldn't be on runway 33 because then I can't land. That's the opposite runway. You can't be on that. What about if I need the runway space? But yeah. We're lucky we got 2 runways in Caloundra so they can work on the other one and stay behind the gables. Have I gotten Flow or the Osprey? Ryan, I don't have Flow. And I don't have the Osprey. Take a notch of flaps. As you can see, it's quite bumpy here, and it usually is like this when we're coming in runway 12. I'll turn the sounds off for a little bit. It's usually like this. We get a lot of sink when you're coming in. These trees, they suck you in and pull you down on runway 12 usually. This is the last leg? Yes, it is. Yep. We're in it pretty hot at the moment. But yeah, it's usually quite bumpy when you're coming runway 2 on average, but once you actually get over the threshold of it's usually pretty good. But these trees here usually suck you down. I wonder if this is going to do it in the sim. No, hasn't done it. They normally suck you down. Oh no, yes it did. Sucked us down then. Yep, it definitely did. And obviously we're coming super hot. I'm gonna have to force it down just to slow down. Can't flare it too much. Or else we're gonna run out of runway here. Bad, another bad landing, but anyways, it's okay. I can live with that. Backtracking runway 23. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Big thank you for you guys hanging out today. We'll make sure that the next stream we do will be a bit more straightforward than this one. But appreciate it. Shane can't land. Come on, Maple Leaf, you do better, my friends. He's had controls of a plane for an hour, and he's an expert. Coming soon, I'll get my PPL review completed. A tailwheel endorsement. Nice one, Jim. Out of Archfield, and I don't know my way around the airspace yet, but save money. Oh. Jim, you should fly up this way. We go for a fly. Oh, Donald's landing on this one. Okay. Thank you, TP. It will. I just need to go and help Mrs. Oz. You made damper yesterday, says Ian Watts. Always got to be someone in a 737. Dave started this. 737 trying to land at Caloundra. I'm just gonna, because I don't know who else is trying to land and land on the wrong runways. But anyways. It's a GA airport, man. GA airport. We don't have Airbuses 320s here. Like, look at the size of ya. Oh my god. I wonder if that's actually a real A320 or it's just put itself as that. Absolutely, Jim. Yeah, for sure. Was that you, Maple Leaf? There we go. We'll park up near the hangars where I'd normally park. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed it and it was good. We flew all that without a GPS and we didn't get lost at one iota. It's a bit of practice because I'm probably going to do that flight sometime this year, that one again, for some fun. So nav lights can go off, Peter Heats can go on, and avionics can go off. There we go. Very, very cool. Guys, you can pick up this aircraft through WB Sims over at Just Flight and also the Boris Sound Pack over on Orbex. They've just done an update for it, so... and the liveries, I can't remember where I found these this website, but they make awesome liveries. I know it's a US livery, but it's very, very nice. Thank you for everybody who flew with us and supported the channel. We'll be back on Sunday with another stream plus another video. I'm going to take the afternoon off now and go and do some chores like mowing the lawn and all that fun stuff. So I will see you guys later. Thank you very much. I love you heaps. Appreciate all the support, and I'm sure someone else will be streaming, probably a Dave. I think Dave's streaming tonight. So, but anyways, see ya. Have an awesome weekend. Happy simming, and yeah, see you around. Thanks, guys.